Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ed Beebout.
And I'm Tricia. We'd like to welcome you to the 27th Annual Butter and Eggs Day Parade here in beautiful downtown Petaluma. And what a beautiful day it is for the parade.
Yeah, the accent is on beautiful. This is perfect weather. A week ago, not so much. Cold and windy. A beautiful summer-like day today. Ideal for a parade, and you can just see hundreds and hundreds of maybe thousands of people out today already lining the streets.
That's right, and I think Mother Nature truly was in step with the planners of this parade to make sure that this happened wonderfully today. And there is a lot lined up for this afternoon. There are more than 3,000 people in this parade.
Wow.
Yeah, and 1/3 of them actually are youth, so it's nice to see the young folks out there getting involved in this parade.
Mm-hmm.
We can see a ton of people here on the streets as well, and I know that people have had their chairs out here along the sidewalks, I would say, since early this morning.
Oh, here comes the Grand Marshal and the police as the parade gets underway.
Now, the Petaluma Police Department is the Grand Marshal this year, celebrating 150 years. Did you know that it is actually the Petaluma Police Department's 150th birthday?
150, that's amazing. Now, in honor of the Butter and Eggs Day Parade, they're pleased to have the police department as Grand Marshal of the parade. You know, what a great idea. That police are always such an integral part of our communities, but how often does a department get named Grand Marshal?
Right, this is a very, very cool honor for them, and I'm sure they're wearing it with pride. Now, what you're going to see here, other than the motorcycles kind of having a little bit of fun, which we don't see on the day-to-day here in the streets of Petaluma, there will be a fleet of vintage police cars driven here from all over the state to help Petaluma celebrate the 150th birthday.
Yeah, I guess they range from a 1927 Model T police car to a 1999 Mustang. Also included the replica of the American Graffiti car, as you recall, which was filmed in a large degree on this strip here.
Right, big hit here in Petaluma. And following the vintage cars is a current version. Got to expect the current version,
yes.
Right, of the of what you can actually see here cruising down the street. And let's listen in to all this activity.
Oh, look at these cars. That's definitely before your time, Tricia, possibly even before mine. Now, a couple of these cars remind me, remember Andy Griffith show? You ever seen that? Yeah, it looks like the Mayberry police car, doesn't it?
It sure does. Look at them cruising down the street here. And again, these cars driven from all over the state to help Petaluma, the police department here, celebrate their 150th birthday.
Yeah.
That is really something. Kind of nice to dust the cars off and give them some play like this.
This is the one time that you can see this many police cars and have it be a good thing, you know.
Right, and not be afraid to see all of these lights coming down the street. And I see a lot of people out there with their cameras in hand, and they're definitely enjoying this show here.
So it goes without saying to say happy birthday, Petaluma Police, and thanks for all you do for the Petaluma community. They said fleet, they weren't kidding, were they?
They meant a fleet, a grand fleet. There must be at least, 30 cars plus?
Oh, we have a few guests, too. Yeah, you notice you have the...
We've got Utah Highway
Patrol car here. I saw a car from Manteca as well.
Very cool to see them coming out here and supporting the Petaluma Police Department. San Rafael Police as well in a vintage car over there, I see.
I don't think I've ever seen this many police cars in a parade before, and each one of them very unique.
Well, you got to pull out all the stops for the Butter and Eggs Day Parade. This is a big deal, and I think people know that statewide.
You know, that's something, when we talk about the history of the parade. I went to my first Butter and Eggs Parade probably 20 years ago, maybe more, and it was obviously such an important thing to the community, and that has only increased with time. You look at the people coming out here, I don't think any other community has this kind of turnout for their parade, and I've seen some good turnouts before, but it seems like Petaluma per capita, they just beat everyone. People are really into this. This is a day-long event.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, there's just so much going on. You see families out here, you see all the young kids, everyone wearing their sunblock and their hats. Again, cameras in hand. This is just a great community event, and people look forward to this all year round, and it obviously does not disappoint.
It does not at all.
Again, the Petaluma Police Department, the Grand Marshal for this year's Butter and Eggs Day Parade here in Petaluma.
And we have a horse and carriage coming up here now. Oh, a paddy wagon. Now that is vintage right there.
That is
vintage vehicle.
This is the oldest version that we're going to see here as part of that fleet, the historic jail wagon. It's actually a treasure of Larson's Feed Store, and it's been loaned for this occasion by the store. Very nice of them to add this to the Petaluma Police Department's fleet for this special event.
Well, that fleet was almost a parade unto itself, wasn't it?
It sure was. It sure was.
A couple jailbirds bringing up the rear here, I see, in their stripes.
Oh, that is not going to be an easy gig here for the duration of the route. But they are having fun. They are having fun.
The chief made me do this. Did you see that on the...
Chief made her do this. Oh! Don't look now, but I think she's exposed behind.
And here comes the Butter and Eggs Day banner. Again, whoever planned the weather portion of today really knew what they were doing.
And the first Eggs Day Parade was actually held back in 1918. That was when Bert Kerrigan was grooming Petaluma to become the world's egg basket. The parade was restarted in 1981 to celebrate that rich agricultural heritage that really made Petaluma such a thriving and vibrant city long before its county neighbors.
Here's the U.S. Coast Guard Training Center from Petaluma. We welcome our color guard and platoon of students currently in specialty rate training out at Two Rock Coast Guard Station. Coast Guard Training Center in Petaluma is an agile and world-class training center developing tomorrow's leaders through the delivery of superior technical training and performance systems.
And you can see some of those leaders now marching down the street here in Petaluma. The training center here in Petaluma employs over 600 personnel, graduates over 4,000 students every year, and it has been a proud part of the Petaluma community since 1971.
That's a long run. We're going to get a little bit of musical entertainment now, welcoming the pride of Petaluma, the Petaluma High School Marching. The band is under the direction of Cliff Everland. The assistant director is Matt Lane. The percussion instructors are Austin Harris and John Latola. The color guard instructor is Sarah Morgan. And the drum major, Aaron Fricoli.
Let's take a listen now to the Petaluma High School Trojan Marching Band. Now, the band has taken several honors. The band traveled to Vancouver, BC to march in the new Westminster Hayek Parade in May of '06, and they took home the trophy for Best Percussion.
They do sound great. The students and directors wish to thank the PHS Music Boosters and Uniform Moms for all their time and hard work that made our performance possible today.
And following very closely behind here is Mayor Pamela Torliot with her niece and nephew, Savannah and Colby. They're riding in a beautiful 1910 Stoddard Dayton driven by Lauren Giacometti. The Stoddard Dayton was purchased new right here in Petaluma. Now, of course, that was some years ago.
And the mayor, of course, welcomes you all to Petaluma's Butter and Eggs Day Parade. Be sure to have fun today. And we want to say a special thank you to the City Council. Our biggest major sponsor of the parade is the City of Petaluma. They provide cash and really excellent support to make this parade happen for the community.
And we want to give the mayor and all the council members a special round of applause and thank you for their support of this great parade. And right behind the mayor, we've got the Petaluma Fire Department with several elected officials. The fire department proudly presents a vintage fire apparatus that was once on the front line. Whether or not you can believe that looking at it, it was once on the front line for city fire protection and is fully functional. Carries a 200-gallon water tank, 750 GPM rotary gear pump, and a 24-foot wooden extension ladder.
That is a great thing about being in a parade like this. You get to take part in some sweet rides, don't you?
You sure do. And riding with the Petaluma Fire Department, Council members David Rabbit and Karen Now, along with District Attorney Stefan Pasalacqua.
And there's coming up Supervisor Mike Kearns and Councilmember Mike O'Brien in a vintage Mustang. Beautiful car.
Nice day to be cruising in a convertible, huh, Ed?
Oh, man. Well, we're kind of in a convertible on some hay bales here, but we're not moving, though.
Back with truck? No, if we'd be moving, we'd be a moving violation,
There's
sure.
Congresswoman Lynn Woolsey, a Petaluma native, a one-time council member here, now a Congresswoman for many years.
And she was elected to the House of Representatives first in 1992 to serve the people of Marin and Sonoma counties. As co-chair of the Progressive Caucus, she is one of the leading voices against the occupation of Iraq. She's the chair of the Education and Labor Committee's Workforce Protection Subcommittee as well.
See who we got coming up here. Oh, Bank of Marin is starting to make their way down the roadway.
And the Bank of Marin is one of the biggest sponsors, the grand sponsor, actually, of this parade. The Bank of Marin is enjoying its 7th year doing business in Petaluma and is proud to be a part of the celebration of the 150th birthday for the city.
Now, the bank's float is a giant birthday cake celebrating the theme of Butter and Egg Days, and it's being driven in the parade by Chris Baker Trucking and Hay Sales.
I think in honor of the Butter and Eggs Day parade and looking at that float, I'm going to go have a piece of cake myself. Now, walking alongside our employees, family, and friends of the Bank of Marin, including Ross Colombo, the Bank of Marin President and Chief Executive Officer, and Richard Ronsheimer, Senior VP and Regional Manager.
Now, they're joined by William McDevitt of McDevitt and McDevitt Construction and Brian Sobel, a good friend of ours of Sobel Communications, both members of the bank's board of directors. The bank employees are handing out old-fashioned seed package just in time for spring planting.
Following the float here are many of the employees and representatives from Tambourine Vaulters, led by Kelly Hawley and Fran Hope.
There's that special cake.
That is a beauty. 150 years Butter and Eggs Day parade. Celebrating the city's 150th birthday.
A little horse acrobatics going on there.
Yeah, we've got some young people performing equestrian vaulting on a magnificent Belgian draft horse named Sadie. Vaulting, they say, it's pretty much just performing gymnastics on a moving horse. I don't know that I can handle a moving horse, let alone gymnastics.
I was going to say another name for this sport is a sport Ed should never do. I am not limber or coordinated enough to do something like that.
Well, they are very talented and skilled and out there having a good time, and I think they're also a crowd pleaser.
Oh, yeah. And right behind them is Good Egg Don Bennett in another Mustang convertible.
And Don came to Petaluma 40 years ago and almost immediately jumped into Petaluma to be proud, help Petaluma be proud of its history and of its community spirit. He was selected Good Egg for his long history of supporting writers of Petaluma history, of helping to create the Petaluma History Room at the library, and of his own authorship of the Downtown Walking Tour and 23-mile driving tour. Thanks, Don, for helping keep the history of Petaluma alive and strong.
Absolutely. And the Petaluma Home Loans banner coming by us at this time. And behind them, Old Republic Title Company. Just about every business gets involved with this parade in one way or another, and the events that happen after the parade.
Right, and Delco Builders, definitely a big part of today's parade. Delco Builders, Petaluma Home Loans, and Old Republic Title are the businesses that help sponsor cash and the volunteers needed to actually put on this parade, and that huge balloon that's coming down the road
Courtesy
here.
of Delco.
That's right, we've got the big birthday balloon.
Don't let go of that one. That will be a UFO to some people if it gets loose, so hang on tight.
Either that or it'll appear as a dream in the distance, a floating piece of cake.
Okay, a personal favorite of yours is coming up now, Tricia.
Oh, and what would that be?
Powell's
would that
Sweet
be
Shop.
a little something for my sweet tooth, perhaps after the parade here or during the parade, if I could get my hands on something. So here you see the start of the Powell's Sweet Shop division. Powell's, in case you didn't know it somehow, it's a wonderful candy store in Theater Square here in Petaluma where you can get every kind of candy that you grew up with as a kid and all of the good new stuff too. It really is like walking down memory lane as soon as you walk in.
That's true. You can watch the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is always continuously running with a couple seats, so you can sit down and eat your candy. Have you tried that yet, Tricia?
I have done that many of times. They've also got a shop up in Windsor I've been to. Now, Powell's Sweet Shop is one of the parade's 21 major cash sponsors, so they are really, really an integral part of this parade being possible. Next time you're out in Powell's, let them know you appreciate the support for this parade.
And say hi to Tricia. She'll probably be there. Well, coming up, the happy 150th birthday Petaluma from NBC 11. Weather Plus Chief Meteorologist John Farley and Meteorologist Craig Herrera onto their float for today.
You can catch them on NBC 11, Cable 3. Today's float is what they call home. Home plate, that is.
Yes, it's baseball season, isn't it?
And NBC 11 is home of the San Francisco Giants with 20 primetime games. And this summer, you can actually tune into NBC 11 for the Summer Olympic Games from Beijing and equestrian events from Hong Kong.
Check out that Golden Gate Bridge with the cars moving back and forth over it.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
That is the smoothest traffic I've ever seen on the bridge, I think.
Hey, no toll, no toll.
That's right.
That's the bridge we need to get on.
Free each direction.
NBC 11, a big sponsor as well for today's parade here in Petaluma. And as if you couldn't hear that coming, we've got the Rancho Adobe Firefighters Association in an antique classic car. We'd like to welcome them.
I love those old fire trucks.
Pretty neat. It's actually a 2-ton Indiana chassis that was purchased back in 1936 and built up as a fire truck by the P.E. Van Pelt Company of Oakdale. Can you believe that the engine had a 500-gallon tank and a 500-gallon per minute front mount pump?
And of course, that 500-gallon tank probably comes in handy today because weight gas cost. You can go a little bit longer before you have to fill up.
Agreed.
Beautiful day outside today. Nice breeze, keeping people from getting too overheated.
Got a lot of umbrellas here in the crowd.
Yeah, wear that sunscreen. And we have Petaluma Farms' cutest little chick birthday party coming up now. Happy birthday, Petaluma and Petaluma Farms. Petaluma, of course, as we keep mentioning, celebrating 150 years, while Petaluma Farms is 25 years in its operation.
And Petaluma Farms really prides itself with its heritage of being one of the last family egg farms. They produce all-natural Rock Island fertile eggs, Judy's Family Farm Organic, and Uncle Eddie's cage-free eggs, plus the extra nutritious DHA eggs in the Gold Circle brand.
And we trace our roots back to the famous Egg Basket of the World Days. This year's float carries the Petaluma Farms' cutest little chicken town contestants. This is Petaluma Farms' 24th year featuring local youngsters dressing up in chick-themed costumes. And yes, folks, as you can see for yourself, they are cute indeed. We have 52 cutest little chicks this year, so let's give them a big hand and a big cheer.
No shortness of cute there, huh? Well, following right behind them, we've got the Golden Hills 4-H Club, wishing Petaluma a happy birthday as well. The Golden Hills 4-H is ready to celebrate in a big way, and they have been singing Birthday by the Beatles. Ed's not opposed to that, a big Beatles fan here.
Beatles fan, that is excellent.
Now, the Golden Hills 4-H has actually participated in the parade for 13 years now. Golden Hills 4-H is here to aid the development of its members through project work, club meeting demonstrations, community service, club and county events.
And look at that vintage vehicle from Shamrock Materials. Isn't that great?
And it is loaded down. That is
We see them all over the county, of course, with their cement trucks, but nothing as beautiful as that on a daily basis. That is a great vehicle.
That is a 1930 Model 8 Ford. Yeah, that is a beauty.
And the truck, I believe, got first place last year in the Butter and Eggs Day Parade, the Luther Burbank Rose Parade, and the Sonoma Vintage Festival. So it's an award winner on top of everything else.
Again, if you are just joining us, welcome to PCA's coverage of the Butter and Eggs Day Parade here in Petaluma. Big event, 3,000 participants actually in the parade, participating along the parade route.
And here comes the annual float from Springfield Place. Residents of Springfield Place have over 7,500 birthdays collectively.
That is a lot of candles.
That's a fire if you're not careful. And how do they celebrate? With lots of laughter, joy, and five-star fun.
And Springfield Place is an independent and assisted living community located on Eli Boulevard South. They have a wide variety of physical, educational, and cultural activities to help keep everyone in candle-blowing shape.
After 7,500 birthdays, our residents are living better than ever. The Sons of Norway up next.
That's right. They are Freya Lodge Sons of Norway wishing Petaluma a happy birthday. Immigrants from Norway coming to the U.S. beginning in 1825. Many were here in the North Bay by 1854, so they've got a deep history here. Again, the Sons of Norway.
And behind them, the Petaluma Small Craft Center Coalition. The Petaluma River lies, of course, in the heart of Petaluma and played a large part in its early growth and fortune. Our next parade entry from the Small Craft Center Coalition celebrates Petaluma's place in history as a river town.
Now, some 150 years after the city was actually founded, river commerce has largely given over to river recreation. They invite you to join them on the river now and help them build a community small craft center in the near future.
And we want to honor this special group, Moms, Mothers of Military Service Members.
That's right. Moms, founded locally in 2003, Sonoma County mothers, wives, and community supporting our troops. Their mission to provide, quote, comforts from home.
And to date, Moms has mailed an estimated, get this, 71,000 pounds to over 300 deployed service members. That's incredible.
Wow. And if anyone would like to get involved, please feel free to contact Moms at moms, M-O-M-S, at sonic.net. Figure out how you can get some care packages to troops who are serving abroad as well, helping them with moral support and providing camaraderie to their families.
And we had several of the moms are riding in the Humvee up there.
Proudly waving those flags.
They brought out the heavy hardware today with them.
For the moms, right? It's all for the moms.
And they deserve this attention because, as you mentioned, they've done so much for servicemen overseas and for the community as a whole. Really
means so much to really get a package from home, from a loved one or from a stranger, just someone acknowledging you for your service, your time, your commitment, just something to say hi.
Absolutely.
And we're thinking about you.
Coming up next behind them is the Two Rock Valley Presbyterian Church. Now, this is their first year to participate in the Butter and Eggs Day Parade. They wanted everyone to know how proud they are to celebrate with Petaluma. Many of the congregation are natural or native Petalumans, and we will honor them by being on the float from the oldest to the young. The oldest one's 95 years old, and they've got a wide range of people up there. That's a beautiful float.
Oh, wow. And we do want to point out special key people include Thora Neal and Joe Turner, the, quote, host for the party, and special guests, Reverend Dr. Cornelia Sis Crocker, Representative Spraggins, representing Tamale, our sister church.
I see they have a cake too. Lots of cakes going by here today. Is there going to be lots of dessert after this parade?
There will for me. Maybe there's cake down at Powell's. I don't know. Maybe there's cake-flavored gelato.
Yep. Up next is House Fortuna.
Now, buon compleanno, Petaluma. That is happy birthday in Italian.
Spoke that like a native.
Style. Well, thank you. I practiced that for a little bit. Brought to you today by House Fortuna. These beautiful Venetian masks, traditionally worn during Carnival in Venice, exemplify the uniqueness of hand-created Italian products offered by House Fortuna. She's getting a drink. Hang on.
And right behind them, we have Sonoma County's favorite radio station, 100.1 KZST. KZST is the home of the Club Z Listener Rewards Program, which has awarded over $500,000 in cash and prizes to more than 10,000 Club Z members.
And from everyone at 100.1 KZST, happy birthday, Petaluma. And the station says, you just keep getting better with age. I think that's true of everyone, Ed. I hope it's true of everyone.
Time for a little noise because here comes Kodiak Jacks.
Oh, there's a party going on right here.
It appears the folks at Kodiak Jacks have whipped up another delicious festive float. The staff is present, and so are the customers who can't get enough of them.
I think it's pretty true that if there's a party to be had, the folks at Kodiak's, they're pretty much where it's at.
Squirt some water this way. We'll take some.
They're located at 256 Petaluma Boulevard North.
Always a guaranteed good time at Kodiak Jacks. And look at this behind them, Old School Imports Car Club.
Lots of classic Volkswagen car clubs out here cruising the roads. You see these little Beetles just here revving their engines.
Founded in 2005 by Stephen Bobby Fisher of Bobby Fisher Productions, Old School Imports celebrates history through keeping and restoring cars with a broad historical impact.
Now, their love for history and motoring really reverberates the county roads, the country roads of Sonoma County. So I'm sure we've heard them. I'm sure some of you have heard them at home, cruising out on the road as well.
And we'd like to congratulate Petaluma again on its 150th birthday, and they want to thank everyone for letting them be a part of celebrating and keeping history alive.
And right behind them, we've got Kaiser Permanente coming up.
And Kaiser is starting the next division. Kaiser is another of our 21 major cash sponsors. Did you know it costs the Petaluma Downtown Association, a nonprofit, nearly $90,000 to put on this parade?
Big budget parade, and it's because it's so well organized and so involved. Now, Kaiser is one of the organizations that supports the parade with their cash. Again, those contributions making it possible, and really the city would have a hard time putting on this parade if not for their support.
And Kaiser knows a parade lifts spirits and gives us all the opportunity to applaud our neighbors. Kaiser knows how to make a whole community thrive with a great parade. So once again, thank you, Kaiser Permanente.
And again, here is another birthday cake with some candles on top. Appropriate because this is the 150th birthday for the city of Petaluma. Sounds like they're celebrating good times.
Yes, they are. You know, Kaiser Permanente is proud to support over 39,000 people in the Petaluma area. That's a big patient roster.
That is very big patient roster. Now, the dedicated physicians and staff provide market-leading quality and service and actively work to promote healthy lifestyles, educational opportunities, and worksite wellness.
Looks like we have the Boys and Girls Club behind them. The Boys and Girls Club of Petaluma, the positive place for kids, is proud to be participating in its second year in a row in Petaluma's annual Butter and Eggs Day Parade.
This year's Boys and Girls Club of Petaluma's 50th birthday, coinciding with Petaluma's 150th. Thus, fittingly, they have chosen the theme, Growing Up Together. And look at some of those adorable children walking down the parade route.
Remember being a kid and being in a parade? I don't think there was anything more fun than that.
I still feel like a kid, but yeah.
And these kids are representing all 10 clubhouses: Lucchese Park, McKinley, McDowell, Kavanaugh, Club 203, Old Elm Village, Round Walk Village, Washington Creek, Downtown River, and Corona Ranch.
And for people who are listening closely along the parade route, they've actually been serenaded because the group has decided to celebrate the milestone birthdays with various happy birthday songs. And right behind them, we've got the Chernobyl Children's Project. Now, the Chernobyl Children's Project was founded in 1991 by Petalumans Cliff and Connie McLean.
For 27 years now, many families for 17 years now, that is, many families from Petaluma and other parts of Sonoma and Marin counties have hosted a child for 6 weeks during the summer.
Now, the program, really a great one. The children come from Belarus to actually get away from the contamination left by the Chernobyl nuclear accident. It's hoped that by breathing clean air, eating uncontaminated food, and drinking pure water here in the North Bay, that will help strengthen their immune systems.
What a great program. Time now for another musical interlude with the Kenilworth Junior High School Band.
It's under the direction of Kevin Kemenok. Out in front leading the group is drum major Stephanie Williams. Let's take a listen.
Now, the band plays at numerous events all over Sonoma County and the state of California, including Disneyland, Shriners Hospital for Children, Sonoma State University, and AT&T Ballpark in San Francisco.
They continually receive superior and unanimous superior ratings at festivals, and get this, they have the largest junior high music program in the county.
With that big sound, I believe it. The Marching Colts wish Petaluma a very special happy birthday. And now we have a Petaluma Kitchen?
We've got Cott's Petaluma Kitchen. That's right. On the side of their float, it says, "Let's eat cake." I'm all for that. A big happy birthday to Petaluma from Cott's Petaluma Kitchen. And actually, you're invited to the kitchen any day for a free cake, lunch included. They serve a hot lunch every day. Families in need can sign up for a free box of groceries once a week. Last year, Food for Families gave away more than 12,000 boxes of groceries. A very big help in the community, especially as people are facing hard times. Cott celebrates 20 years of proudly serving Petaluma.
And right behind them, representing the Petaluma Host Lions, is Dr. Jim Larson's 1930 Ford Model A Deluxe Coupe. The Petaluma Host Lions has supported the Petaluma community for more than 80 years with projects like Project Graduation, Canine Companions, and assisting in many eye care programs throughout the community, as well as supporting the Children of Chernobyl project. Oh, look what we got here now.
Oh, stand back. Sonoma County Martial Arts of Petaluma coming through.
And please welcome the Martial Arts Center of Petaluma. They're celebrating Petaluma's 150th birthday and their own 16 years of business. Former parade first place winners, led by head instructor Rafe Cousins, a member of the Martial Arts Hall of Fame. I didn't know that.
And they offer classes for men, women, and children in kickboxing, kenpo, women's cardio, and self-defense. Whether you want to learn self-defense or if you're serious about just working out, they can help you out.
Cinnabar Theater is starting to come into view now. Now in its 24th year, the Cinnabar Theater's young rep never ceases to amaze. They stage great plays out there, award-winning drama classes, and 4 fully staged productions every year.
The Brigands runs April 25th to May 11th, and the world premiere of the Petaluma River Anthology opens on the 4th of July, so something to catch there.
And we want to mention that the 11th annual Great Petaluma Chili Cook-Off Salsa and Beer Tasting fires up tomorrow at the fairgrounds from 1 to 5 p.m.
Lots of food, entertainment, music, and just a raucous good time. And all the proceeds benefit Cinnabar Theater youth programs.
Are you willing to have a little chili and beer to benefit the youth programs at Cinnabar?
I think I might be willing to have 2 servings of the chili and beer to benefit them. Up next, we've got the Union Bank of California. They're located at 5330 Old Redwood Highway. The bank, another proud sponsor of the Butter and Eggs Day Parade.
Members here today are managers Tara. I'm not even sure. I'm going to try to attempt to pronounce her last name. But Tara's here. Jenny Owen and their sales team: Diane, Cindy, Julio, and Janelle.
Now, during the past 10 years, Union Bank of California has invested more than $17 billion in communities it serves through consumer and real estate loans, loans to nonprofits, small businesses, and small farms, and through grants from its charitable foundation. Everyone at Union Bank saying happy 150th to Petaluma.
And I also believe we have the Petaluma Downtown Merchants right behind them, representing some of the businesses. Again, we mentioned earlier how many great businesses take part in this parade, and this is just some of them.
That's right, and the hosts of today's parade are the Petaluma Downtown Association. The PDA's mission is to contribute to the Petaluma Historic Central area, and they want to promote and enhance its position as the city's retail and commercial center. Keep your downtown vibrant by supporting the merchants who host this incredible community event, and they work so hard and plan so hard year-round.
I don't think you need a banner to identify this next group of parade marchers. This is the Llamas of the wine country coming up here to celebrate the big birthday with Petaluma. These are all local llamas from ranchers in our surrounding North Bay area. People often ask, what do you do with a llama?
What do you do with a llama?
Well, we have the answer to that. This group is here to tell you about some of the fun you can have with llamas, such as having llamas as a pet.
That's right. Some people have llamas as pets. Some go hiking with llamas. Some will actually use the llama's fine fiber to make warm, soft, and beautiful garments.
They can pull carts. They can guard sheep and goats.
They're actually also used for animal therapy, and of course participating in the best parade here, the Petaluma Butter and Eggs Day Parade. Some of these llamas and the people who you see here have been in this parade for the last 15 years.
And we have the Lokahi Outrigger Canoe Club coming up behind them.
On June 12, 1992, the first known outrigger canoe was launched in the Petaluma River.
How about that? The 12 founding members wanted to organize, encourage, and promote Hawaiian ways through cultural interaction with community awareness built around health, fitness, sportsmanship, recreation, and to perpetuate the Hawaiian aloha spirit.
So aloha to them. Look at all the color that they're adding to this parade with that rainbow. Very nice. And who would not want to go cruising down the Petaluma
I'll tell you
River?
what, I've got a trip planned to Hawaii in a few months, and it makes me want to go now just seeing that. Although we got Hawaii-like weather today, you can't complain about how beautiful it is outside, that's for sure.
We do the Lokahi Outrigger Canoe Club here in Petaluma.
Well, it's been a great parade so far, huh?
It has been. Not a dull moment yet. We've had a lot of music. We've seen a lot of antique cars. And people here, I mean, I got to tell you, the sidewalks are absolutely packed all the way back. We've got chairs stacked behind each other, people peering over everyone's heads, and people staying cool with their umbrellas, their sunblock, their water.
I'll tell you what, I had an idea when I got here early for the parade just how popular this is. If I parked any further away from the route, I'd be in Novato, I think. People really come out for this, and it's not just the parade they're interested in, it's all the great community-oriented activities that happen after the parade.
Right, there is definitely a very strong sense of community here in Petaluma, and to just see this turnout, I think it's a true testament to how much everyone likes to get involved with the community and how much this event actually means to Petaluma. This is the actually the 27th annual Butter and Eggs Day Parade, and if you're just joining us, 3,000 participants here in this parade.
Two interesting smells I'm picking up in the air now. One is smell of barbecue, the other is sunscreen. Both in abundance here today.
I think I need some lunch. Well, coming up, we've got Sunrise Senior Living. Now, Sunrise Senior Living of Petaluma, the nation's leader in assisted living and in Alzheimer's care, join along with everyone else in wishing Petaluma a very happy 150th birthday.
And I think our next float is possibly, I can't quite make them out yet, but it looks like we may be having the Delco Kids area coming up here. We'll know more in a minute as another division gets ready to march on through. Okay, it's Masonic Lodge, I'm told.
We've got the Petaluma Hamilton Masonic Lodge coming through now. They want to say happy birthday to Petaluma as well.
The Royal Arc Masons is one of the many Masonic organizations, including the Petaluma Masonic Lodge, Eastern Star, Rainbow for Girls, Demoli for Boys, Council, Commandery, Job's Daughters, and Shriners.
And they want to say here's to 150 more years to Petaluma. Now, it takes about more than 100 people to manage this event. All but 2 of the people are volunteers. More than 1,000 volunteer hours are put into this parade. And imagine if we had to pay for their time. We really would not have a parade. So hats off to the volunteers who make this possible.
Community spirit lives. And here is another classic car from Petaluma Market, a beautifully restored 1955 Candy Apple Red, my favorite color, 1955 Chevy Bel Air, sporting a 327 high-performance engine. That's a beautiful car.
Let's give Petaluma Market a really big hand here. They are one of our major sponsors, again, contributing cash and personnel to run our valet parking for Kid Wheels. They're sponsoring the booth where you can park your stroller or wagon and pick it up after the parade. Very convenient idea, very great idea.
You like toys, Tricia?
Love toys.
You never really get over that, do you?
I don't think so.
No, it's
not if you're true to your spirit, right?
That's true. I believe coming up here, well, I know we have a bunch of giant chickens, but beyond that, we have the Early Works Toy Station. You take your imagination for a ride with Early Work Toy Station as they chug egg-citedly along in their festive train celebrating the city's 150th birthday.
And they want to say thank you, Petaluma, for all the gifts they've received in the past 15 years as a locally owned independent business in this very dedicated shop local community. We salute Petaluma's beauty, history, creativity, independent spirit, and eccentricity.
And they wanted to pass a message along to all of you out there that they love you, Petaluma, and they love their new location at 90 Sycamore Lane at Petaluma Boulevard North. That's next to the police station.
The Early Work Toy Station. No work associated with toys, by the way.
No way. Lots of happy birthday signs out there today.
And a couple of feathered friends as well.
It looks like the Petaluma Community Guild with another antique classic car. A 1931 Model A Ford, if I'm not mistaken, owned by Dennis Dean, rolled off the factory floor.
And they're very proud to take part and honor the 150th birthday of Petaluma for over 72 years. The Guild has provided eye care and eyeglasses to the children of Petaluma. Hats off to them as well, Petaluma Community Guild.
And of course, it wouldn't be a parade without the fire engines. You got to have lots of fire engines.
Agree. We've got the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection up next. The CDF is an all-risk fire department working for the people of California. CAL FIRE is the third largest fire department in the United States.
The Fire Engine 1476 is stationed in Petaluma on Lorman Lane. Engine 1476 responds with the volunteer fire departments in southern Sonoma County to emergency incidents.
CAL FIRE suppression program includes all-terrain fire engines, bulldozers, honking engines, air tankers, helicopters, and most importantly, highly trained personnel whose job is fire control and other emergency response, and it is just so crucial to have them in our community. Fire danger coming up, we're feeling heat like this. They want to say happy birthday, Petaluma, from the employees of CAL FIRE and
Smokey Bear. Yeah, that's right. In previous parades, I've been on parade route, and I think you know about me, Tricia. I love to climb up on fire engines.
You do? You like to jump up on the back of the
Can't do that today, though. Got to stay put.
I'm wondering how many kids are sitting here and would love to jump up on the fire engine as well.
I think a few of them wouldn't mind if they pulled out the fire hose, too, and watered them down a little bit. It's a very warm day today.
I don't think I would be complaining myself.
And here comes some more fire apparatus.
CDF, and they just got so much gear, and every bit of it ends up getting used.
Oh, it sure does.
Here with the fire dangers that we have here in the North Bay.
That's
and
the thing.
A lot of them are called to other parts of the state.
That's the thing. We live in a beautiful area, but the same thing that makes this area beautiful makes the fire danger very high in the summer. And we just think, where would we be without the CDF and the other great fire organizations to help protect us?
I think we've got a celebrity on board this truck. I actually see Smokey Bear.
There's Smokey Bear, okay.
He's up there on that bulldozer, and he's waving to the kids. I see a couple of peace signs going his way. People all know and love Smokey
Doesn't matter
Bear.
who you are, you love Smokey Bear.
That's right, that's right.
And behind them we have AAA, their 1956 Ford tow truck restored and driven by Tow West. Their fleet of tow trucks has been providing peace of mind in California since 1924. AAA has been serving Petaluma since 1943.
And they're asking you to feel free to visit their AAA store for all your membership, insurance, and travel needs. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to serve you today.
Yeah, and we all need a tow truck from time to time. Another vital service we couldn't do without. We saw some of the old vintage bugs earlier, and now we're seeing something a little more current in terms of a Volkswagen bug.
A little something newer here, and it's all part of the Circle Bank division.
Now, like the other division sponsors, Circle Bank joins our group of cash contributors to make sure this event happens for you. Circle Bank knows how important financial partners are, and we are proud that they're willing to be ours. We couldn't do it without you, Circle Bank. Thank you very much. Oh, it looks like we have an Alice in Wonderland tea party that they put together for Circle Bank. That is great.
Yeah, a lot of work goes into this parade, and with the cash sponsors we keep talking about, just such a big part of this parade because the budget is more than $90,000 for this big, elaborate parade.
And speaking of that tea party, watch out for the Queen and her court. They're offering a drawing for $100. Just fill out the back of the bill and bring it to their Petaluma location at 35 East Washington Street. No purchase necessary. The drawing's going to be held May 15th. And
all right, here is another hometown favorite. Actually, this is another statewide favorite. We've got Chloe the cow with Clover's Tornado Farms. Chloe, the happiest cow, represents the cleanest milk west of the Atlantic Ocean.
And, of course, Chloe also famous for all those punny billboards that you see everywhere, and you have for many, many years.
That's right. Clover's Tornado Farms is located right here in Petaluma and is locally owned. Chloe promises to continue to give us the best milk in the U.S. and says thank you for knowing the difference.
Chloe and her company, Clover's Tornado Farms, is the sponsor of our new Kids Pre-Parade. That parade started at 11:30 and went just 4 blocks, so the youngest kids in the community could be part of the great parade without having to make that long walk with those little legs. That is a long parade route. It's a great start for preschoolers and kindergartners to learn about being part of a great city.
Thanks again to Chloe and Clover. Up next, we've got Rancho Cotati High School's marching band. Please welcome them and the color guard under the direction of Tim Decker and led on the street by drum major Adam Lesnow. Let's take a listen.
Yes. We We should mention the Rancho Cotati Band is happy to be returning to the Butter Eggs Parade for their 3rd year.
And the members of the Rancho Cotati Marching Band and Color Guard are proud to share Colossus of Columbia by Russell Alexander, and would also like to wish Petaluma a very happy birthday.
That's the other thing you realize at these parades is how many great bands there are out there. Coming up next, happy birthday from
Pep Housing.
Pep Housing, yes. And they want to celebrate Petaluma, the world's egg basket, with their own egg basket.
Celebrating 30 excellent years in Petaluma, and you're about to see this elaborate egg basket that they have put together on the back of that truck there. Pep Housing is proud to call Petaluma home and is also proud to be able to help so many low-income seniors and people with disabilities.
PEP provides more than 200 units of quality, affordable housing to persons throughout Sonoma and Marin counties. PEP Housing truly is a golden egg in Petaluma's basket. And behind them, the Lakeville Volunteer Fire Department.
And currently, the Lakeville Volunteer Fire Department has been providing fire and medical services to the citizens and visitors of the Lakeville Valley, south of Petaluma, since 1973. They've also been providing auto aid to the city of Petaluma since 2006.
And an important group behind them, the Sonoma County Animal Care and Control. Sonoma County Animal Care and Control has been around for 40 years and is the largest animal regulatory agency and animal shelter in Sonoma County.
And you'll notice behind their vehicle that shelter volunteers and staff, they're actually walking a variety of dogs, some of which have been adopted from the county shelter off of Airport Boulevard. Sonoma County Animal Care and Control is also proud to show off the only mobile animal center, also known as MAC, in Sonoma County. Now, MAC is used for low-cost spays and neuters, mobile adoptions, education, and also, when necessary, disaster response.
And that education is really important. You know, all the work they do to make people, help people be responsible pet owners, so important. Do you like trains, Tricia?
I can enjoy a good train ride.
Yeah,
definitely.
People don't travel by train as much, but here, if you like trains, here's a great one. The Northwestern Pacific Railroad Historical Society, created and owned and operated by Petaluma businessmen.
Now, they brought Sonoma County produce and passengers to Petaluma, bound for San Francisco, aboard the steamers Gold and Petaluma, offering overnight service actually to and from San Francisco. 104 years ago, motor number 8 was part of that system. Today, in her original color, she travels through Petaluma, representing the Northwestern Pacific Railroad Historical Society and the Petaluma trolley efforts to restore and save a small portion of that system that actually represents Petaluma's 150-year railroad heritage.
I love those old train cars.
That is a classic, isn't it?
Beautiful sight. It's just getting warmer outside, isn't it?
It sure
started out warm and it's getting warmer.
Up next, we've got the First Presbyterian Church of Petaluma. It's a community of people from all walks of life, seeking personal and spiritual growth, committed to prayer, worship, and service.
As Petaluma celebrates its 150th birthday, First Presbyterian also celebrates its 125th birthday as an active part of the community. So they've been around since almost the beginning.
Wow, and right behind them, we've got the Santa Rosa Marine Corps League Detachment number 686, joining together in camaraderie and fellowship for the purpose of preserving the traditions and promoting the interests of the United States Marine Corps, proudly holding their flags.
Yeah, they offer aid and assistance to all Marines and former Marines and to their widows and orphans. They also participate, of course, in the very famous Toys for Tots program each and every Christmas.
They're currently offering free membership to all returning and active duty Marines who've served overseas. And they also have several social get-togethers throughout the year. Their motto, Semper Fidelis Marines.
Now, you couldn't have a great community without a great community newspaper. And coming up next, the Argus Courier, your community newspaper for over 150 years. And they're in another one of these antique classic cars, riding the classic white 67 Mercury Cyclone GT convertible. Nice car.
And the entries can be viewed at the Argus, Phantasma, Jenny Lowe's, Plaza North, Powell's, and Wagner Health Center. And we also want to point out Petaluma Argus Courier also on their website. You can find videos to Petaluma Community Access as well at times.
Absolutely. You know, whoever thought having convertibles in this parade today, that was an excellent idea, wasn't it?
I think that was a great idea, although I think I'm feeling a little bit of a sunburn somewhere up here on the scalp.
Yeah, you know, you got to watch that hair part. You know, that's where you're going to be in trouble here after this parade.
That's right. And our director's telling us there's no AC in convertibles.
He's kind of a wimp, though, you know. Yeah, he's sitting in an air-conditioned room right now calling this parade. Doing a great job, I might add, but...
Right.
You know, not taking the sun like us tough veterans.
No, or like the champs out here that are actually sitting along the parade routes, and they are cheering as people are coming by. They're letting off a little steam themselves, and you can see the umbrellas dotting the paths as well. I know there are a couple of beer gardens out here along the parade route.
Group near and dear to my heart, the Sonoma State University athletes, where I work as a professor, and so I want to give my special salute to this group.
Very, very hard working group of people.
Seawolf Power as they head on by. And they've got some great programs going on at Sonoma State this year with their athletics. Their baseball team having another fabulous year. You know, they had a record-breaking year last year, and they're on pace to do it again this year. So it's been a good run for Sonoma State athletics the last few years. Time for some more martial arts coming up.
Uh-oh, stand back. We've got Martial Arts USA, a local martial arts and fitness school. They're celebrating their 16th year in Petaluma. The students train in ages from 4 to, get this, 65 years old. Martial Arts USA offers traditional and Olympic-style Taekwondo. I don't know if I'd be ready for the Olympic style, but if they're teaching me,
I'll tell you what, and some of these 4 and 5-year-olds, don't let their size fool you. I wouldn't want to meet them in a dark alley. They know the skills. They are intense.
Some of the 65-year-olds as well.
That's right. It's a great program, though, to build up your physical fitness and your coordination. Excellent program. Coming up now, Home Depot Yardbirds Division. And let's give Home Depot Yardbirds a big hand as they help us celebrate 150 years.
And we're glad to have them back in the community and glad to have them back as one of our important cash sponsors to actually make this parade possible. Their slogan, you can do it, we can help, and they certainly know how to put those words into action. Without their help, we really couldn't put on this parade.
Now, this is Home Depot Yardbirds' second year, I believe, in the Butter and Eggs Parade following their return to the Lakeville Highway location. And Home Depot Yardbirds proud to be back in this community with such a long do-it-yourself history as seen through the works of many farmers and ranchers that live through the area.
All right, next we've got Cruisin' the Boulevard Incorporated. Come join the fun on May 17th and help celebrate the 35th anniversary of American Graffiti, filmed on these same streets in 1972.
35th, that can't be right, Tricia, because I saw that movie when I was in high school. You're lying to me.
I'm really bad at math. We've got fun hair going on in this parade, too. I mean, that's all part of this Cruisin' the Boulevard theme.
Actually, I think the math is right. I think I'm just in denial. But, yeah, great movie. Still great after all these years. Lots of stars in it. Harrison Ford, one of his early roles was in American Graffiti. And, of course, he'll be back on the screen again as Indiana Jones this coming month. So, and, of course, Ron Howard, Oscar-winning director in that movie. It was a big deal for Petaluma at the time.
American Graffiti, very much a classic. All right, next we've got the Speed and Power Development Factory, the North Bay's newest athletic training facility, offering a unique style of training. Now, their focus is on increasing speed and agility. I could use help in both those areas. Strength training, check, and injury prevention.
I could certainly use that, too, because after all, I just mentioned how long it's been since I saw American Graffiti in the theater, so I definitely need strength training and agility. The key elements of the program include dynamic warm-up, speed development, lateral speed, agility, strength training, neuromuscular stabilization training, core training, and advanced metabolic conditioning. That's a lot of work.
That is a lot of work. Their motto, training male and female athletes in speed and power development to maximize athletic performance.
And we have behind them the Petaluma Moose Lodge. The family-oriented Petaluma Moose, which is the fastest-growing moose lodge in the USA, is up to something good, that is. The Moose Marching Band is the funkiest, soulful marching band Petaluma has ever seen.
Let's check them out. And I don't know, I would definitely say they're more free-spirited and free-footed than the typical marching band.
Yep. They don't have a band director telling them what they do. They can just hang loose, have fun. And what would be a parade without some dairy princesses, huh?
That's right. We've got the North Bay Dairy Women. The dairy industry represented today by District 3 Dairy Princess Taylor Sedes, the first alternate, Jeanette McClure, and the second alternate, Alina Amaral.
Now, those speaking out about the dairy industry to local organizations, schools, and public events. They represent the dairymen in District 3, which includes the counties of Sonoma, Marin, Lake Mendocino, Solano, and Napa. The Dairy Princess has been representing Petaluma for 51 of its 150 years. They're being driven in a 1964 Chevy Chevelle convertible. The driver is Mike Brown.
And up next, we've got Larry Braun. This is Principe, a Grand Champion Peruvian Paso. In the saddle is Larry Braun, on one of his owners, who is a member and former president of the Wine Country Peruvian Paso Horse
Those
Club.
Are beautiful horses.
And riding coach.
And behind them, Tres Hombres Long Barn Grill. Introducing Tres Hombres, participating for the first year in the Butter and Eggs Day Parade. Our director says they have amazing tequila, and he would know. They're now open in downtown Theater Square. Tres Hombres offers coastal Mexican cuisine and the largest selection of premium tequila in Sonoma County. I'm hungry.
And not to mention they've got patio seating out by the fountain. So that, or you can relax in the dining room if you're trying to escape the sun.
And this is definitely a day for patio seating. Behind them, we have West America Bank wishing Petaluma a 150th birthday. Rated as one of California's healthiest banks, West America Bank has been serving the Petaluma community for 35 years now.
And they are the 7th largest California-based commercial bank. Their financial health and safety continues to distinguish them from the rest.
So go visit the friendly staff at one of the 2 convenient Petaluma locations. West America Bank, your community banker. I think I see another cake heading down our way. Lots of cakes today. Big celebration. Of course, because happy birthday is the theme. 150 years, that is a landmark birthday.
Sesquicentennial, that's right, 150 years for Petaluma. Up next, we've got Sonoma Bank and G&G Supermarket.
The G&G Supermarket, of course, proud to be part of this parade. Family owned and operated since 1963 with locations in East Petaluma and Santa Rosa. G&G Supermarket offers friendly service and value pricing for its customers.
And, of course, inside G&G, you'll find Sonoma Bank, where they offer checking, savings, and loan options for their neighbors and business owners alike. Thanks to G&G for providing food for volunteers today and for providing cash, much-needed cash for this parade as well. It's great having them involved in this parade. Now, I'm just waiting to see a float that's got a real cake on there.
Well, you don't want it. You don't want it from this. You don't want it from this entry because this is Hydrex Pest Control.
Okay, probably not the float I would want.
Oh, but they do have a cake, and they got some bees on that cake, which reminds me very much of my own back patio. Every time you bring out the dessert, in comes the bees.
The honeybees that are on this on this float here. The Hydrex Pest Control of the North Bay has been faithfully serving Sonoma County for over 30 years now.
Look at that. You got a little baby bee and you got a queen bee up there. That's great.
This is actually their 5th year participating in the parade here in Petaluma. Last year, they took a first place honor.
And behind them, the Petaluma Area Pilots Association. The Petaluman Fred Wiseman built his airplane and flew into history on February 17th, 1911, carrying 3 letters and 50 copies of the Press-Democrat, which he dropped off to subscribers along the way. The Smithsonian confirmed his 14-mile jaunt from Petaluma to Santa Rosa as the first, and I didn't know this, the first official airmail flight.
Wow, and you know what? This float here that we're looking at, nothing short of just outstanding. I mean, past this nice antique car, the float that's actually behind the car is just something to be, something to be seen. The propeller is actually a fan from Home Depot, so a lot of time and effort went into this float, and it's really quite spectacular.
And that really epitomizes the do-it-yourself spirit, doesn't it?
It sure does. The Petaluma Area Pilots Association.
And his airplane is hanging, the actual airplane is hanging in the Smithsonian, courtesy of the Sonoma County Museum.
Wow. Such great history, such rich history here in Sonoma County.
More vintage cars coming down the pipe here. We have... what kind of car is that there? A cherry red, or looks like beautiful color. And behind that, I know we have an antique classic tractor. Those are great to see too. Look at that. This is Nick Camber. And the smallest tractor won the international line, weighing 1,500 pounds. It was originally built for the small acreage farm using a 60 cubic engine producing 10 horsepower.
You know what that 10 horsepower will get you, Ed?
What?
A top speed of 7 miles per hour.
Wow, slow down. Slow down.
That's right. Oh, we think he might be going top speed here.
He's got the pedal to the metal. Oh, time's for a little riverboat, huh? This is courtesy the Petaluma Care and Rehabilitation Center.
They're presenting their turn-of-the-century paddle wheel steamer. It's full steam ahead for these passengers and crew as they celebrate Petaluma's birthday while venturing along the river. With its churning paddle wheel and bellowing smokestack, their entry honors the many riverboats and men who made the river here in Petaluma a vital means of commercial and recreational travel.
And you can't overlook just how important, besides the butter and eggs, the dairy and the poultry, how important the river has been to the history of this town as well. Now, right behind them, we have Henry's Roofing Company. Henry's Roofing Company has been in business in Petaluma since 1940. The company's still owned by the same family.
And they're celebrating 68 years of supporting the community. The 1934 Ford flatbed truck, driven by Steve Harris, is pulling a wood-burning tar kettle that was actually used in the 1930s.
And coming up behind them, we have the Petaluma Chapter of Realtors. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present the donations from the Petaluma's Community Chest, giving back to Petaluma every day in many ways. Your hometown realtors are proud to donate thousands of dollars each to the organizations that create and foster our own superheroes here in Petaluma.
And they've worked very hard to get so involved with the community, donating over $300,000 to Petaluma organizations in just the last 5 years, the Petaluma Chapter of Realtors.
So put your hands together to thank these realtors for supporting so many of our local organizations with hard work and cold, hard eggs, cash.
Oh, okay, thanks for the clarification.
Unless they're golden eggs, maybe.
And I think the sun is only warming
Petaluma
up here out on this
Opoly. How about
parade
that?
day. That's right. We've got
From the Realtors Association. I think I've actually seen board games that are Sonoma County centric, and I don't know if they actually have a Petaluma Opoly game, but wouldn't that be great to be able to buy some of the key properties in the community?
That would be nice.
And get a Petaluma Opoly. That would be excellent. Lots of fun. And behind them, we have the Vietnam Veterans of America Chapter 567. They're getting a big round of applause from the crowd.
They are, and I think there are people who were seated who are now standing up for them. Very dedicated to helping the community through events, even such as the DARE program, Project Graduation, and every 15 minutes. They're very involved in the community, and they are a crowd favorite. I've got to tell you, people are still standing up, and this is probably the loudest applause I've heard.
Yeah, the Antique Fairs and Art in the Park VVA Chapter 563 looks for our kids in partnership with McDowell Drug Task Force. VVA Chapter 563 works tirelessly in trying to keep our young people away from drugs, alcohol, and violence.
And they would like to, of course, salute our troops serving overseas, and they hope all of our troops come home soon.
Sonoma Marin Fair is up next, and of course that's will be coming along, and not too many weeks from now. The year just flies by. Once the warm weather hits, you start thinking about the fairs. Look at that, June 18th. That's not that long away.
That's definitely coming up, and the fair has come a long way since the first fair, actually back in the 1850s. Now that fair focused on horse racing and fire engine competitions. We don't see many fire engine competitions these days. Today, the Sonoma Marin Fair brings you headline musical acts, attractions such as the World's Ugliest Dog Contest, and they are pretty funky looking, as well as the Demolition Derby.
And right behind them, a couple personal friends of ours, Rob and Joss from Froggy 92.9. In the Froggy Mobile. Look at them over there, looking like they're enjoying that ride. I wouldn't mind getting that for my birthday is coming up not too much longer. So
I'll take note, Ed. I will take note of that.
That's a nice car. And, of course, check out all of the Saturn great vehicles at northbaysaturn.com. And Froggy 92.9 and 103.1 wishes Petaluma a very happy 150th.
And they swear that Petaluma just doesn't look a day over 135
it's
years
true.
old.
Petaluma aging gracefully. You've got to say that.
Aging as well as the wine, huh, Ed?
Exactly. It looks like coming up behind them, we have the First Community Bank. And they, of course, are very proud to be part of this parade, like all the other participants. This is their first year, actually, as a division sponsor of the Petaluma Butter and Egg Days Parade. Let's give these new sponsors a big hand and thank them for helping us have such a spectacular parade this year. And they asked the question, of course, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, First Community Bank, they're bankers, not philosophers. That's what they tell us.
There you go.
So all they can say is that they enjoy eggs and they appreciate the chickens they came from. However that happened the first time. There's a diplomatic answer for you.
All right, now take a look at their super chicken float. It incorporates all the best qualities of their egg-laying friends. Bright, chipper, even a little bit on the feisty side.
Look at that, the cow with the birthday hat and all the chicks sitting on top. All and up behind them, we have the Indians of Grayton Rancheria. Look at that great float.
Wow, that is also very nicely done and very involved. Happy birthday wishes going out to Petaluma as well.
Mm-hmm. They've spent a lot of time on that. That is an excellent float. I think I see an old friend of mine on that float, too, I haven't seen for a while. Have to say hi to him after parade. That's the thing about these parades, too. You see people you know. You come down here, you're inevitably going to run into about half a dozen to a dozen people that you haven't seen for a while. It's a great place to reconnect with friends.
Share some cotton candy.
Yeah. And the beverages. I'll tell you what, the beverage booths today are going to be cooking. They are going to be doing some serious business.
And up next, we've got the Petaluma's Farmers Market. This 1913 Republic fire truck is being driven today by Gary Mack, a local Petaluma farmer.
So it's a Mack truck. Is that what we're saying here?
That's right. And in case you're looking at your calendar, the Petaluma Farmers Market will open for the 22nd season on Saturday, May 24th from 2 to 5 p.m. in Walnut Park, and it will stay open until October 25th.
Love those farmers market. And right behind them, of course, another Petaluma favorite, the Petaluma Trolley and Heritage Homes. Here they come with their own 25-ton number 5. The number 5 was restored by Lauren Williams and the Millerick brothers. This diesel-electric locomotive is brought to you thanks to Trucking by Team Gelati.
And you will be seeing them again very shortly. The Petaluma Trolley will put a newly restored passenger trolley on the Water Street track for the River Festival coming up on August 10th. This cable car, like California Car, was restored by Paul Klass of San Francisco's F-Line trolleys. The F-Line, by the way, is now one of San Francisco's primary attractions.
Up next, we have the Harvest Christian School. It's the premier private school in Petaluma, offering a classical education for kindergarten through 8th grade. In addition, they offer sports programs and fine arts that include guitar, choir, theater, and visual arts.
PCA would like to thank Harvest Christian School for all of their support. Today they are helping us celebrate Petaluma's 150th birthday and want to wish a big happy birthday to Petaluma.
And here comes a Humvee down the road, it looks like, with we got trying to read the banner there. Oh, still Petaluma Harvest Christian. Okay.
Wow, they are making a huge showing.
I thought it was a whole other entry. It's Petaluma Harvest Christian. Great float.
Look at all those kids up there. Oh, I see water bottles coming out at the crowd.
Water bottles by the dozens up there.
They are squirting them out at the crowd, and they've got their little whistles and party favors. They're having a good time, the Harvest Christian School.
And it's almost time for another musical interlude. We're about to welcome the Casa Grande High School Marching Gauchos as they perform Carl King's Bonds of Unity, uniting Petaluma in 150 years of community pride.
Leading this award-winning band are drum majors Reggie Padua and Chris Hughes. The color guard is led by Captain Valerie Rice.
And the Casa Grande bands earned straight superior ratings in last year's CMEA Band Festival. Right now, let's take a listen. led by veteran band director Arlene Burney and recently hired band director Sean Millard. And more Casa Grande behind them, I believe.
Oh, the thinks you can think. Dr. Seuss gave us blissful stories about wacky worlds and lovable creatures and reminds us how important it is to live with a vivid imagination. Well, Casa Grande High School is proud to present the Advanced Acting Classes adaptation of the Seussical the Musical, a silly story from Dr. Seuss's books brought to life.
And coming up right behind them, we have Girl Scouts of Northern California. Not only is Petaluma celebrating a milestone birthday, but the Girl Scouts of Canocti are celebrating a milestone birthday too. 50 years of Girl Scouts for the Canocti Council.
Wow, and they always make such a great showing in every parade they're in. The Girl Scouts offers programs for girls in kindergarten through high school. Okay, so not only do they sell those famous Girl Scout cookies,
love those Thin Mints,
they also provide and participate in local events such as day and overnight camps, and they travel to other countries as well to visit other Girl Scouts and share cultures.
And we have the Petaluma Riding and Driving Club Senior Drill Team Equestrian. The Petaluma Riding and Driving Club, known as PRDC, was formed in 1939 as a place for local horse enthusiasts to share their love and enjoyment of horses. PRDC is also the parent club for the Petaluma Junior Riders, whose members are under the age of 18. The senior drill team begun in the clubs. In club's early years, that is. They've been going strong for about 5 years now, and the ladies on the team ride all disciplines, including reining, barrel racing, dressage, team penning, cutting, and western pleasure.
And I do want to point out that quite responsibly, you've got some people with a wheelbarrow and a little shovel in the back doing a little bit of pickup, as you would expect following the Petaluma Riding
and Driving Club. The unsung heroes. It's a dirty job, but someone has to do it.
That's right. Keeping the track clean here for us.
And we have Tents of Hope right behind the equestrian club. Petaluma has a history of compassionate response to the needs of neighbors close by and far away. After the earthquake of 1906, for instance, Petaluma took in hundreds of refugees from San Francisco.
Wow, and Tents of Hope continues this tradition of compassion. More than 150 cities are responding to the crisis in Darfur, Sudan by creating refugees.
Tents of Hope began right here in Petaluma and is headed by Petaluma resident Timothy Nahn. Tents of Hope Petaluma involves more than 20 churches, faith communities, schools, and clubs. So it really does bind the community together, as well as all the great work it does in terms of outreach.
Wow, and if you take a look at that float, you can tell that it knows no bounds. It's international, it's local, and the message there.
There's room for everyone world, under that tent, huh?
One people, that's right. Petaluma for Peace in Darfur written on the back there.
And behind them we have Wings of Glory Community Gospel Choir. Don't stop singing now.
Here comes another fun one. We've got another fun one. They sure are.
The Wings of Glory Community Gospel Choir has all the right ingredients to wish Petaluma a very festive birthday. This year's wish would be to start the celebration from the farm. And under the direction of Patricia Graham, Frank Wyatt on keyboard, and Rick Horsted on drums, this 30-plus choir reforms in the spirit of black gospel songs. For information, you can contact Wings of Glory at www.wingsofglory.org.
They are a very colorful float coming down the parade route here, and I think that it screams spring to me. Ed, what do you think? Screaming spring as well.
Oh my gosh, yes. And we got some hatched chicks on the next float. Speaking of spring signs, this is the first time Cross and Crown Lutheran School has an entry in the parade. It's the first. Its first preschool classes began in 1973, and by 1996, it had grown to include grades K through 8th. This private school is welcoming all children to its small classes.
And right on their heels, we've got the Wilmar Volunteer Fire Department. Another group of folks that you can actually hear coming down the parade route about a quarter mile back or so.
Yes, they make their presence known, that is for sure. And again, always a popular favorite with the kids and the adults when they see those fire engines with the lights going and the horns blaring.
One of the opportunities you have to see these trucks close up without an emergency situation.
Exactly. And coming in after them, of course, we're going to have the Petaluma Health Center as first-timers, another first-timer to parade. We got a lot of first-timers this year, and that's great to see this thing expand out. Please welcome the Petaluma Health Center. Their mission is providing high-quality health care with access for all in southern Sonoma County. They deliver a full spectrum of family practice medical care, including mental health, dental, and pediatric care to low-income, uninsured, and underinsured residents in and around Petaluma.
And they were founded back in 1994. They served more than 18,000 patients and provided almost 60,000 patient visits per year.
And what are they passing out there? Hope it's not candy, because you know how I hate to miss out on that.
I hope they've got a good throwing arm, Ed. Someone's got to reach us out here. All right, what do we hear coming down the road?
More music.
That's right. This is the Petaluma Junior High Marching Band.
Welcome this award-winning Petaluma Junior High Marching Band as they perform in the Butter and Eggs Day Parade for their 16th year. Let's listen.
Now they are fresh from performing the national anthem at a Giants baseball game at AT&T Park. The band is playing The Thunderer by John Philip Sousa.
And the music director for Petaluma Junior High is Mr. Conductor Dude, as they call him. The students call him Mr. Conductor Dude. Preston Bailey.
At least he gets the Mr., right?
Yeah.
Hey, dude.
Showing him respect. Mr. Dude to you.
Sounds like they're having fun there. The Petaluma Junior High Marching Band.
What do you think this is, Tricia?
Oh, and they're off. It sounds like not a horse race, but a foot race. The Petaluma foot race.
Now this Enriched and Educated Fund, our director says they are running at a suicidal pace. But they're definitely running. I think running at all in the state would be somewhat suicidal. It's such a nice warm day outside. But they're a nonprofit community organization whose purpose is exclusively educational for the benefit of the students in the Old Adobe School District.
Now, each spring, E Squared, as they're known for their enrichment and education, holds a 5-mile run and a 3-mile walk fun run through Petaluma's Almond Marsh and Schollenberger Park.
I think it's just going to be a matter of seconds before they catch up with that antique tractor, huh?
That's right. They raised over $20,000 for the students of the Old Adobe School District. We want to point that out. A great program.
And up next, Cal West Rentals is honoring Petaluma's 150th along with their 50th year in business, and they're blasting the tunes.
And they're dancing to them as well. It looks like they're going to the hop. Now the plow that you see from 1858 there, and the tractor, a little more recent, 2008, show how the equipment industry has grown here in Petaluma over the past 150 years. A good contrast there.
And that float also celebrates Cal West Reynolds' 50th birthday, as we mentioned, with a party from 1958, in case you couldn't guess, reenacted by friends and employees of Cal West Reynolds, including owners Bridget Tyler and Margie Doherty. And Redwood Credit Union is up next with the next division banner. We welcome Redwood Credit Union as another first-time division sponsor of the parade. And like all the other sponsors, Redwood Credit Union stepped up with big-time cash support to make this parade happen. And we definitely could not have had such a great parade without great sponsors like Redwood Credit.
And there's our signature Redwood now, shaking hands. He's a real crowd pleaser, huh, Ed?
Oh, yeah.
Ready.
You know, I'm not going to complain about being hot anymore after looking at Reddy, because I got to think it's pretty toasty under that tree,
and
under those branches.
Not only that, we are sitting down and not walking.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm feeling like we got it pretty good here.
Though if you need to drop a quick 10 pounds, that might be the way to do it, is be a mascot and walk the parade route on a beautiful day like today, and carry lots of water with you, of course.
Again, Redwood Credit Union, another great sponsor here with this parade, helping make this parade possible. The 27th annual Butter and Eggs Day Parade. The first one, starting back in 1918, took a break and was restarted again in 1981.
There's Reddy again, going, water, water.
Someone needs to water that tree.
Yes.
The parade here, a tribute to the two industries in Petaluma, dairy and poultry, both of which are key and have been key to the city's growth.
And here's a little clue what this next float might be all about. Friends of the Petaluma River. Today, Friends of the Petaluma River pays tribute to the pioneers who founded Petaluma and gives thanks to the river and the watershed's abundant natural resources. This is their 3rd year in the parade, and the 9th year for founder David Yearsley, who was previously Petaluma's riverkeeper.
And their mission, pretty obvious here, to promote appreciation of the Petaluma River and protect the vitality of its natural resources. They also aim to help celebrate and conserve Petaluma's Pioneer Highway. You can join the Friends of Petaluma River and support their work by visiting www.friendsofthepetalumaRiver.org.
Up next, another proud sponsor and participant in the parade, the Lagunitas Brewing Company of Petaluma, and I'm happy to say that I'm a proud supporter of Lagunitas during the warm weather months, that is for sure.
Therefore, a proud supporter of the parade as well, huh, Ed?
Yes. They've been proud to be helping to turn ordinary Petaluma tap water into liquid and adult form of happiness, as they call it, since 1994. Golly.
I wonder if anyone sitting on that float has had a drink of anything yet today. I don't know.
Yes, and we should point out that Lagunitas is available in the beer gardens after the parade.
Oh, trust me,
I give them a thumbs up.
I'm sure it's been pretty popular so far, especially with this heat. Nice little something on tap there.
Absolutely. Up next, behind them, is Exchange Bank, proud provider of $676,300 in Doyle scholarships awarded to Petaluma graduates in 2007. That Doyle scholarship is an excellent program, and Petaluma certainly benefited to a large degree from it.
Really, that is one way they've been giving back to the community for years, helping our local students.
Now, the proud employees of Exchange Bank would like to extend warmest wishes to Petaluma for a very happy birthday. Invite all of you to come down, or come home, as they like to say, to Exchange Bank, the last bank you will ever need, because we can never be bought or sold. How about that? They're
local, and they pride themselves with that. And again, that Doyle Scholarship, just one aspect of their local community involvement.
And we have the Petaluma Valley Athletic Club coming up next, it looks like.
They've been voted the best health club here in Petaluma. They've been serving the community for 10 years now.
And then we also have the Native Sons of the Golden West equestrian group. 150 years ago, a common sight on Petaluma streets would, of course, have been horses and horse-drawn carriages. And, of course, our national and state flag were a patriotic part of the landscape as well. Look at these huge flags.
Wow, and they are proudly being carried down the streets of Petaluma here. Please welcome back the Native Sons of the Golden West, Nicasio Parlor number 183. A link to the past with an eye toward the future. All of the Native Sons throughout California are wishing Petaluma a very happy 150th birthday. And carrying that flag, no easy task, especially not on a day like this. But they are proud to carry it down the streets here.
Yeah, and I wonder if that flies anywhere around here. Those are big flags. Oh, we have more Girl Scouts coming up.
We've got Girl Scout Troop number 224.
Brittany, Brooke, Caroline, Emma D, Emma H, Jacqueline, Jillian, Juliana, Katie, Lily, Melissa, Natalie, Nicole, Mia, and Michelle. Did I leave anybody out?
You did not, and I didn't want to jump in there because you did such a wonderful job. They're all from Girl Scout Troop number 224. They want to say happy 150th birthday, Petaluma. Now, these girls are just fit for a party in their beautiful party dresses. And, of course, they've got their party balloons helping to celebrate a birthday.
And, of course, we want to give the Boy Scouts some equal time here. We have from all stages, from the Cub Scouts all the way up to Boy Scouts. The Boy Scouts of Petaluma proudly salutes the city of Petaluma on their 150th birthday.
And this year they celebrate their 92nd year in Petaluma. And since then, thousands of youth have served their community through the Boy Scouts organizations.
And I believe our parade director today is an Eagle Scout.
We've got an Eagle Scout.
He's
Eagle
got Scout
here
pride.
in the crew.
Back in the early 1900s, Scouts learned topics such as signaling with Morse code, how to stop a runaway horse and cart, and the essential chivalry to women. That's important.
And right behind them, we've got the Liberty Two Rock Wilson and Dunham Marching Band. Now, this is the first year that the band students from these 4 Petaluma area elementary schools have combined their energies together to play here in the Butter and Eggs Day Parade.
And Doctors Wu and DiBaradinis. Am I saying that right?
Well done, Ed. Thanks for taking
Close
it.
enough. Orthodontics. And these orthodontists are proud participants in this parade. They're joining their mascot, the zebra. and hosting a birthday party for Petaluma.
They are having a good time out there with another big cake.
Now, this orthodontic office has been straightening teeth for adults and children alike in Petaluma for almost 30 years, conveniently located on the east side. Their practice is dedicated to providing the finest quality orthodontic treatment care in a friendly, enjoyable, and caring environment.
And they've got lots of reasons to smile. I'm sure they've got some patients here sitting along the streets watching this parade, watching the float go by.
Having a good time out there, enjoying the beautiful weather.
They sure are, dancing away, snapping and clapping. Everyone out here really enjoying themselves.
Oh, nice breeze just kicked up. That feels good.
Seeing a lot of smiles in the crowd, a lot of people waving. Just a great turnout here for the Butter and Eggs Day Parade.
Right behind them, we have the Spring Hill Montessori, from toddler through the 6th grade, serving the families of Petaluma for 33 years, providing an education for the whole child. Great academics, great environments, and over the years, more than 2,000 Petaluma families have been a part of the Spring Hill community.
And their float depicts famous figures from Petaluma's past and present. You can look for General Vallejo, Helen Putman, and Baptista Pedroni, among others.
Here comes another high-speed tractor. This is a 1954 Farmall Super MTA tractor from Northwest Petaluma Farm Watch. Wow, that's loud.
I would think that was a train coming down the road. Making a good showing here.
That's what I thought. I didn't realize the tracks were this close. That is a powerful horn. Look at those tractors. Now, I'm from the Midwest originally, so I've seen a lot of tractors in my day, but none as nice as these. I mean, these are just kept in pristine condition.
Nice and polished up, nicely waxed.
Uh-huh. It's the Tractor Brigade. There's that horn. The Leghorn Valley Farm Watch trying to drown us out on our great commentary. I hear a fire engine. It sounds like that might be the San Antonio Volunteer Fire Department coming up the road.
It sounds like they are heading our way. The San Antonio Volunteer Fire Department, established back in 1966.
Now, this all-volunteer fire department covers approximately 20 square miles in the Petaluma area, including 4 miles of the Highway 101 corridor. The all-volunteer firefighters of San Antonio are well-trained and emergency-ready first responders for its community and the surrounding areas. The department would like to invite the public to come to their annual Father's Day Barbecue. That's on Sunday, June 15th, and learn more about the department. Chicken Q sounds delicious. You may decide that you would like to be a volunteer firefighter yourself.
You know, that's kind of a very cool open house event that they have. They get to know the community. The community knows who's actually serving them and their safety. Again, that's the Father's Day Barbecue on Sunday, June 15th with the San Antonio Volunteer Fire Department.
Now here comes an iconic symbol for Wells Fargo.
I don't think this one needs any introduction. The Wells Fargo Bank, Petaluma, Maine here. Excited to celebrate Petaluma's 150-year anniversary with the Butter and Eggs Day Parade.
One of the oldest financial institutions located in the Bay Area. It was established in 1852 and serves the Petaluma community in achieving their financial goals. So we're happy to announce that Wells Fargo Bank now has 4 locations in Petaluma to assist you in achieving your financial needs.
That stagecoach, again, very, very well known. All right, so this is one of our signs here. It's going to make it very easy for us to clean up after ourselves.
That's right.
Greenways now making their way down the route to make sure that everyone picks up after themselves and helps keep Petaluma beautiful and clean. We do want to point out that Greenways was also out before the parade even started to pass out trash bags to help keep everything in check here and to make sure that when people left, they didn't leave.
Because Greenways knows that someone always has to clean up after the fun, something my kids haven't learned just yet.
Yep, that's right. Good to see Green Waste out here, to see them helping keep the community clean.
You know, and the great thing here is this is just the beginning of the day.
This is just the beginning of the day. There is so much more going on here.
It's the end of the parade, but only the beginning of fun. And again, this is what they like to call a Chamber of Commerce weather.
That's right, very much Chamber of Commerce weather for anyone who's coming from out of town to come check out this parade. Yes, very beautiful, Mother Nature to cooperate. And we also want to point out that tomorrow, that of course, it's not just a one-day event,
That's true.
but that there's of course a Downtown Association Spring Antique Fair. So thank you very much for joining us for the 27th Annual Petaluma Butter and Eggs Day Parade. A beautiful day here in Petaluma.
It's been a great time being here with you, and we hope to see you here again next year. Good night. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone.